come on and bring that ellimorph and bring all your makeup too. 'Cause Halloween is coming, Halloween is coming, and we know what to do. Yeah, come and bring that latex, come on and bring that ellimorph and bring all your makeup too. 'Cause Halloween is coming, Halloween is coming, and we know what to do. Halloween is coming, Halloween is coming, paint my face in blood. Halloween is coming, Halloween is coming, paint my face in blood.
This tutorial requires intermediate skills, takes about 1 hour to prep and about 1 to 1.5 hours to apply, depending on how much detail you want to put in it. And this is the second video in our Mehron Makeup collaboration series, so we are gonna list all the products with links in the description so you can get your hands on them. So let's check those products out, beginning with the Special FX Makeup Kit, which includes everything you need to create awesome special effects. With that, we are combining the Paradise colors and the Starblend colors. And what you see right now is all the products we used from the FX kit along with the colors. But before we come to the Mehron Makeup products, we need to create a few prosthetics to make this Frankstreet Boys boy band Frankenstein look really awesome. So we are mixing liquid latex with regular baking wheat flour. So put that on there. If you don't have a face cast, you can use any kind of plastic flimsy mask as well as a base. So let's create those angry brows. And as usual, when working with liquid latex paste, we are using latex on the fingertips and now on our tools as well to make them flow over the surface, not get stuck. So we make a split there in the middle, because of course we don't want a mono brow. That would be unfortunate. So there is no right and wrong to this shape, so you can basically make them look super angry or super happy with these brows. It's all up to you. And when you're done there, let's create those awesome cheekbones as well. Like I almost said it in Swedish there, överdrivet, which means exaggerated basically. Anyways, let's create those cheekbones so that they really pop and we can turn ourselves into this supermodel Frankie. The plan was actually to make a serious like the Monsters family classic Frankenstein look, but well, no. When we came to the hair part, it turned out that yeah, a boy band looking character looked really cool, and we hope you will like that one too. So yeah, the jawline there, extending it, not only cheekbones but the jawline as well. Gotta keep looking hot. And when you are satisfied with those lines, let's add a little bit of a manly chin there as well. You can either speed dry this in a microwave oven with fast bursts of 10 seconds each until the whole thing is dry. Don't leave it in too long, it's gonna start boiling. And of course you can also leave it overnight and let it set properly. Either way works. Then we bring out a plate because we want to make these sort of scars where he has yeah, from when his head has been opened up and his brain has been inserted and stuff. So yeah, kind of random shapes that we can paste onto our forehead later on. When we got the basic shape down, we sort of split it all open in the middle, making like a little nice crack there. There we go, using a spatula with a lot of latex on it. So yeah, same thing goes there. You can either speed dry them in the micro or leave them overnight. Then let's create a bumpy area for where those bolts on the neck goes in. So that's basically just a sort of crater looking thing. 2 of them, 1 for each side. When you're done with that, then we're going to use a little bit of paper here, silver colored thick paper, to add those clips that we're going to use to clip together his torn up head with. And we're also going to make the bolts simply by cutting out a piece of that silver paper, twist it around, add a piece of tape, and then you have a little tube. Just like that. Roll it up, tape it, and cut off any excess. And instead of measuring out the exact size of that round hole on the top there of the tube, we just cut out a square piece, glue the little tube on, slap it down there, and cut the rest off along the edge. Yeah, you don't see this too well, but yeah, just slap it on there like that and cut off. Then we have a closed tube looking awesome. Then we need to sink these into that nice prosthetic. I should point out that there of course is a bit of metal in this paper, which turned out to be looking kind of fun when we put it in the microwave oven. But anyways, that's why they have a little crystallized pattern. Alright, to remove all our prosthetics, we apply an ample amount of powder, or flour in this case, and peel it off slowly and add flour as you go, or that latex will just roll up and stick to itself and it's gonna be ruined. So make sure you have a lot of that powder. And there, all the parts are done. Now we can get to the real business, but before that, let's check out Glam by Cam X. Awesome creations, a little of this, a little of that, definitely an account to follow. Hello, Ellie. Alright, so we begin with removing all this hair. Well, not removing it, because we don't want to be bald. But at least we get it out of the way. And then we apply a little bit of Vaseline here to our hairlines and the brows, just in case we get a little bit latex there. We don't want to rip that off. And then we're using the Mehron barrier spray to protect our skin. Make that little barrier between us and all that makeup that's going on. After that, on with the bald cap. And you are starting to look like a proper alien. We need to cut out the ears because Frankenstein of course has ears. You might be able to find a bald cap with the pre-made holes for the ears. That will be good. Then we turn our attention to the Mehron liquid latex, and we are going to use that to secure our bald cap in place. And this latex is not runny like the regular latex we use. It's actually pretty slow flowing, and that's a good thing. You don't have to worry about it dripping all over the place. Alright, so we trim down those prosthetics a little bit. The worst of that teared up, flappy piece skin. Then we apply additional latex in the prosthetic and our face as well. And of course, if you want to know more about the Mehron Makeup FX kit and all the products used in this video, check out the description. There's an awesome link to the Amazon store where you can get your hands on them and have them delivered before Halloween. And to make sure we don't have any flappy edges there, we go over all the edges with additional liquid latex. And be careful, as usual, when using latex close to the eyes there. Alright, let's create that heightened... Whoa! Alright, yeah, the heightened forehead. This is actually a foam board, so we cut that out in a nice piece. And these have an adhesive side, which is very convenient, so we can simply just tape that on, straight on. If yours don't have the adhesive side, you can use, I don't know, paper, and yeah, you can of course use any kind of glue there too. Okay, yeah, well, you get the idea. Any hard kind of paper or foam board, foam sheet on there to get the right height. You can make it as high as you want. This was the sort of height we went for. It looks pretty cool. So let's continue applying those prosthetic pieces. Same process as before. Latex in the prosthetic, latex on the surface you want to attach it to, and then line all the edges. I'm gonna look like a silly member of a boy band. In Swedish is... Jag kommer se ut som en löjlig medlem i ett pojkband. Same thing goes for our cool little scars or ripped skin there. Looks pretty awesome. And we made a few, so we cut them up and add them on various places where we think they would look cool. And then we're going to use something cool from the Mehron Makeup FX kit, namely these pre-made wounds. Very handy for this look. Just slap them on there and you have proper wounds, all painted and ready to go. And it's nice that they don't look alike, they are different sizes, so that's cool. Then we are going to use the Mehron Makeup Color Set powder to just bring down the glossiness of all that latex so that we can put makeup on afterwards. So on with that powder. Next up, the Mehron Makeup Paradise colors, and they are really intense. They are actually water-based. So yep, bring out that glass of water. These specific colors are Amazon green and dark green. We're starting with the Amazon green one. It looked to have the most pow, and as you can see, they are pretty intense, so that's good. And then to emphasize the 3D effect of our prosthetics, we go in with the dark green tone as well, under the cheekbones, the jawline, and so on. And then to dampen that shine a little bit, as well as to saturate the color even more, we're going with a Mehron Makeup Starblend color in nice green tone here. Going in all over the place. It's gonna add additional punch to that green. Now let's focus on our little wounds there, and for that we're going to use the 5-color bruise wheel, also included in the FX makeup kit. They really did pack a lot of useful stuff into that kit, and we go with that red tone at the base of our wounds here. We don't want to make this too gory this time, but we want it to look like, yeah, it's been cut up, there's a little blood. Then we continue with a mix of the green color and that dark brown color around those eyes. A little green base to begin with, and then we mix in and blend in additional brown tones to get those heavy eyes. And for additional darkness around our eyes, we're going to use yet another product from the FX kit, namely this 8-color palette, and we're going to go for the black. Specifically for our eyelids and close around the eye. Then we are continuing to mix colors there from the Bruce wheel and the other palette to get the shading on. Yeah, it's starting to look the part now. And those dark tones are very nice to blend in there under those wounds as well for additional 3D feel. And we blend the whole thing in with a larger brush. Then it's time for some detail work, and again we need our little FX kit, because inside that we find spirit gum, the Mehron Makeup spirit gum, and we're gonna use that to attach our little simplified staple. So a little bit of that spirit gum on each side, put it in place, and there you go. We add them a little at random. And we use that spirit gum to stick those little bolts in the neck there right in place as well. And we think it looks a little bit too clean with the bolts there, so we need a little blood along the edges. So we turn to the red tones of that 5-color Bruce wheel included in the FX kit. And there you go. And after that, coagulated blood. This is a little gel, also from the FX kit. Perfect color, nice consistency. It fits very nicely in those wounds there without getting too runny. Just sticks in place, adds depth because it's really nice and dark. Just adds that perfect little detail to our look. We go for that along the edge of the bolts as well, of course. Then we go back in there, adding additional darkness and shading using the black from the 5-color Bruce wheel. Add a little more punch to all those edges. Blending it in. But yeah, those brows doesn't seem to have any real brows, but thankfully the FX kit comes to the rescue because it includes crepe hair. So we have both hair and spirit gum here, and we're gonna create some awesome fluffy brows with that. So we cut off a piece and roll it between our fingers after we've pulled it apart like this. Make it all fluffy. Roll it up to a perfect brow size, at least for a Frankenstein's monster thingy. We apply the spirit gum to the brow and stick those brows in place. Really completes the look, I think, having those hairy brows. The Bruce wheel black again to the rescue, coloring that waterline. And then it's time to create the hair. Now, we actually had a fake beard lying around, so we played around with it, and we were gonna make a classic, actually a classic Frankenstein look, but, well, turns out, when we started to glue it with a spirit gum there, and yeah, we put it in place, sprayed the hair brown there, and yeah, when it was on, it was about here that we actually saw that, hey, leave it like this. This guy is turning into a boy band dude. He just needs a cool haircut, and yeah, this is where we decided this is gonna be the Frankstreet Boys. And to make it cooler, we threw in that white contact, and then we went on to color the hands as well. And since we wanted to make a cool little fade between green and black, we actually used hairspray color here. First green and then fade the black from the tips just like this. That was a lot easier to do with hairspray color, and there you go. You have turned yourself into a boy band version of Frankenstein's monster, and we are so proud of this look. It came out really awesome, and if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you loved it, subscribe to our channel. And remember, links to all the products and that Mehron Makeup FX kit is in the description. So yeah, knock yourself out, go get that kit, and we will see you really soon. Take good care. Love you. Bye.